What it do? What it do? What it do? Oh, what's up, guys? You already know who it is. It's your boy Raheem from Raheem Gaming, and today, guys, we're gonna be talking about, is Minamoto worth getting here in Rise of Kingdoms in 2025? So with that being said, guys, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and you hit that notification bell to be part of that notification gang, and let's dive right into it. So for anybody who is new to Rise of Kingdoms, if you guys don't know how to unlock Minamoto, then the way to unlock him is through the VIP, So basically you would start off at 0 VIP and you would see the bundle right here, and then you pay that, and then you unlock Minamoto, and that goes all the way to VIP 9. So throughout the game, you'll be going up VIP ranks, and every time you go up a VIP rank, there'll be a bundle there to unlock the sculptures of Minamoto. Once you get to VIP 9, you'll have enough Minamoto sculptures to expertise him out. So that is exactly how you would unlock Minamoto, and you get tons of buffs with VIP levels. So the faster you go up in VIP rank, the better it is. So now we're going to be talking about his active skill and then his skill passives. So his first active skill, as you guys can see here, is a single target direct damage factor of 1400, and it also is behind a skill chance. So this skill has a 50% chance to deal additional damage that's when it's not expertise, as you guys can see here. If I go to his expertise, it shows you not expertise, 50% chance. When he's expertise, it goes up by 25% more. So he has a 75% chance of dealing a damage factor of 600 to the target every second for the next 2 seconds. So that is really solid in the early game and in the mid game. So I would say Minamoto is worth getting if you are thinking about unlocking him, just off of that right there, because he would hands down be the best cavalry commander in early game and in mid game. Late game, we'll talk about that in a second, but going on to his passive skill is this commander units gain a 10% march speed and a 20% attack speed when you have it ranked up at 5. So I believe every single march needs some type of speed, because if you're trying to either get an away from somebody, or if you're trying to catch somebody, you're obviously going to need march speed. Also, he gives you cavalry attack bonus, which is very nice as well. There's always some way to get attack bonus, but having just attack bonus here is nice. I wish it would have been like defense or health, but can't complain. Now, if you care just about PvE, then he's very good for PvE. As you guys can see here, this commander troops deals 50% to more damage to barbarians. So that's barbarian forts, that's barbarians. If you're just killing barbarians, anything to do with barbarians at all, he does 50% more damage. So he's very useful in mid game, early game, and late game when it comes to killing barbarians. Now, his last passive is a debuff, which whenever this commander launches a basic attack, it has a 10% chance to increase the target's damage received by 30% for 3 seconds. Not every commander has something like this, which makes him really good in the early game and in the mid game. So I say he's very useful when it comes to applying this debuff and having him out there in the open field and all the PvE and everything like that. So now when you're talking about what are the best pairings for Minamoto, let's take a look at that. So the first one we could start off with, that you guys won't be able to see right now since I'm on my starter account, basically is YSG. Now YSG would be a archer commander, but he's very good as a secondary commander behind Minamoto because he has a huge AoE circle that can hit 5 enemies at one time, and having him paired with Minamoto not only gives him single target but now an AoE damage factor, which makes him really good in all situations of the early game. So now if you're trying to just use cavalry out in the open field, you can now use cavalry for garrison because YSG is a very good garrison commander. You can now use them in rallying, and then as well as in the open field. As you guys know, Minamoto is the best cavalry commander out in the open field when it comes to mid game and early game. So putting YSG with him would just make him that much better. Now the next person that you can put with him would be Cao. If you guys see him right here, Cao is another good legendary commander to drop with him. It doesn't give you the AoE that you would want, but it makes him even better at single target damage, as you guys can see here, with another single target damage on top of the single target damage that Minamoto does. He can do another 1400 damage factor right here coming from Cao. But then Cao has debuffs with attack reduction by 40% and then a march speed reduction by 10%. So if anybody's trying to escape from you in the early game, they now get a march speed reduction, and then they have an attack reduction as well. So Cao is a good person to pair up with him. You also have Ethelflaed, which now makes him into an AoE monster as well, just like YSG, but she also has a debuff coming with that AoE. So she has the reduction to their attack damage, their defense, and their health by 30% when you have her first skill maxed out at 5. So that is something to think about, whether you want to use Cao, YSG, or Ethelflaed. And then the last person that you can use as well is Sun Tzu. As you guys can see here, Sun Tzu is pretty much an all-around epic commander that you can literally pretty much run with anybody. He's an AoE monster. He also gives you 20% skill damage, so he's just really good to use all around, and he can give you some rage. He pumps out rage too to build up for them skills, so he's just really that good. Now when it comes to the talent tree, which is one of the last things we're going to be talking about, this is what I feel is the best talent tree to go with. Now, what you want to jump into, first of all, you want to go ahead and get Rejuvenate, because this is going to give you 60% rage, which is nice. So you want to get that 60% rage. Then you want to jump around and go ahead and get, you want to get this right here. This now gives you 6% to all types of skill damage dealt for the next 6 seconds. And then you want to go ahead and get Foul Nature, as this one right here. When you launch any type of basic attack, it has a 10% chance to gain 100 extra rage. Very nice when you're going to get somebody and you get a chance to proc that, then you can get your skill off faster than them. So yeah, the next thing you would want to get here is the Emblazoned Shield, which this commander takes 3% less skill damage. It's probably, it would pretty much jump up more, but this would give you less skill damage taken, so skill damage reduction. And then the last thing you would want to jump over to is Undying Fury, which whenever this commander troop launches a basic attack, it helps you gain extra rage. So those are the things you would want to get when it comes to the talent tree out for the open field. Out there for KVK 1, you can use that for KVK 2, and then for KVK 3, you're going to be using, you'll still be using Minamoto at the beginning of there, but there is a commander swap that you would get around KVK 3, starter KVK 3, or sometime going into KVK 3 or what. So I'm not too sure when you would get that, but you could just bench Minamoto and then go ahead and swap out like somebody like YSG or any other legendary commander you might have. If you have a bunch of, you know, Charles Martel sculptures, things like that, you can go ahead and swap them out and swap over for like King Arthur, Attila, or, you know, Nevsky, Huo, you know, things like that, commanders like that you can use for cavalry, which are going to be better than Minamoto. But that is it for this video, guys. If you guys enjoyed this video and you find this video helpful, make sure you guys go down there and smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and you hit that notification bell to be part of that notification gang. I will see you guys in the next one. I'm out. Peace.